Okay, we are good. So, hello, guys, gals, non binary pals, and everyone in between. I am Ferret, the facilitator of this game. Um, if you've been keeping up, you know myself and these wonderful villains, mercenaries, people with powers. And last we left, there was a power suit robot kind of thing that had been awoken, and the team was going to have to go in strong. So I think I want help today with this issue's cover. So we see the Firebrands as the team name, but I'll I think I'll start with Thunderchild. What embellishment or representation of Thunderchild is on the front of this cover?
Oh, Firebrands has been carved into the wall of the hangar behind us by Firebrands. Sorry, by Thunderchild's super hot laser eye beams. So that's the affectation.
Good. So we and Fermata, what establishes you on this cover?
Um, Sorry, my mind blank. Like, what's the composition of this cover
So
again?
far, we have a the hangar that we broke into last time, and the firebrands are carved into it from the eye beam of Thunderchild. So, like, feel free to add whatever splash would represent Fermata or Fermata herself, like, to this cover.
Yeah, I think it's hard to represent music on on a visual medium besides just using notes. But I think somewhere to like the left of the where the logo is being carved, you just get like the hint of a bow and a violin, and it's playing out as notated in the art. This like stream of notes, but it's in this like strip of color, and the color is like this sepia tone kind of yellow, which like really makes it stand out in the art.
Nice. And Arachnophobe, your embellishment.
I think arachnophobe would be literally on the wall above the word firebrand. Probably arm extended out to the side, looking to the side, and you see like the his new companion, the phobia symbiote, so to speak, kind of like half covering his face, and he's just adding a frame to the whole firebrand scenario thing. So he's just running along and putting it up.
Nice. And Atlas, your embellishment.
Yes, I think Atlas is kind of stood kind of to one side of the front cover, looking off it, and I think he's kind of got both his hands have got like big bundles and coils of wiring in them, and he's just kind of shrugging.
Okay, we will open the first page, and I think that we have a splash page opener, or at least the setup of it. I think there is the hanger, the suit of armor in the middle, but like at every corner there is a up close of one of the team members' faces. And if you would like a thought bubble, a speech bubble of what you are feeling, as I think in the center, the machine just says intruders detected, protocol engagement, deploy. Or and you can just look surprised if you'd like to, and we can move on to engaging. But I mean, up to you.
I think the only thing that would be going through Cody's head right now is shit. That is all.
Then the child has got a thought bubble as his fists clench, and he sort of says, "I'm not like you. I'm alive." I got a bit Batman voicey there. Sorry.
And I think Atlas's is just, well, as it always with the security protocols.
Fermata has a placid look of annoyance and no thought bubble because she lives in a post-Watchmen world. Sorry.
Yeah, so we are definitely engaging a powerful threat. So, let me bring up these rules to make sure I am adding the correct amount of team to the pool. I think it's yes, 2. So, who is the leader of this engagement?
It was Thunderchild who touched the typewriter and kind of led the way, right?
Yeah, and though this was Arachnophobe's deal.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I was the one that called Thunderchild to try and work out this typewriter. Um, so yeah, I guess I'm gonna helm. I can helm responsibility if it's cool.
Okay. Arachnophobe, do you have influence over everybody?
No, I actually think I do. Let me just double check. Unless I lost over someone. Fermata, Atlas, and Thunderchild. Yep.
Okay, we will add 1 to the team. What is your goal in this fight?
The goal is to put down the big robot so that we can get through to the lab.
Yeah. So does everybody have that goal?
Yeah, close enough.
Okay. So we have another point of team. Oh dear gods. Um, does anyone mistrust Arachnophobe? And I do think you were not prepared, or you are off balance. This was not the plan.
Yeah.
So we are sadly only at 6 team. And I will pause it, I think, with that effortlessly cool post-Watchmen world. From out of the ancient golden age tech robot levels this. It looks like it would be like a Gatling style blaster. It has these 3 gigantic holes, and it begins to start spinning up as it aims at you. What do you do?
Um, this sounds like a bad time to assess the situation, but I'll do it. I think Fermata has her like violin case, but she does this like motion where she kind of like whips it out and the case almost kind of like dissolves and she's just holding the violin. Um but I will assess the situation first.
Go ahead.
Hopefully I don't have to roll with a -4 like I did on Wednesday. Um okay. So that's a 7. That's just barely over the hump. Wait, I do have a bunch of conditions. Thankfully, none of them is to assess. Okay, good. Okay, that's a 7.
Sweet. Ask your question.
Yeah, how best can we end this quickly?
I would say,
I mean, besides beat the crap out of
yeah.
it.
I mean, this is old tech. If you overload it, it'll have to, like, it can be overloaded. This is not a like micro layer, nano fiber kind of things. Electricity, water, that kind of bullshit may take it out.
Okay, so I think just like knowing that Fermata is like I think um I think she'll just say this thing's on its last legs. It won't be able to stand up against the power of youth. And she'll she'll take the, yeah, she's still a dork. She'll take the bow of or place it on the violin and just play like a sonorous note to like shake it up a bit. This robot.
You are unleashing your powers or directly engaging.
I think this is directly engaging. I think it's coming to blows with this robot.
Gotcha. And let me check your moves real quick. So,
Yeah, my moves are about
okay, yeah.
my legacy and getting hit. So nothing to do with and okay, I have a -1, but I don't have a condition against that move, and so I went for direct engage. So here's hoping. No, wow, that's a 2. It's amazing. I don't know why I keep rolling this. Parmana never gets a hit in.
Yeah,
I've noticed this.
the whirring oh, that would be a yeah, the whirring starts, and this it shoots out this huge it looks like a it could be a missile, except that there's no like warhead on it, and then it extends in 3 prongs as this huge mechanical like claw bola wraps around you and pins you to the ground.
Is
Would
that
I be able to defend someone here?
I think that's a hard move. That it's not a powerful blow. I think as much as uh ooh. Give me a sec to check the hard moves section to see what I might want to do with the. Oh, um, I think as you I think as you like you hit the ground, you hit your head, and there's like this like panel where the conductor is practicing the same kind of song that you just tried to do, and you screw up. There is an error in the music, and the conductor just clicks her tongue and walks out of the room. And then we get back to then your eyes open up, and you are still pinned by that bola. But I will then turn to Atlas. Your teammate has said a very wonderful quip, and then got grounded quickly. What is Atlas? I mean, you took on a a heavy hitter threat. This is a robot that looks like it belongs in a PS1 game. I think you can take it, don't you?
I mean, yeah, I feel like I may be playing to type here, but I think that as it kind of releases um, the bolus towards Fermata, I think in that moment of, I mean, distraction is possibly not quite the right word for a machine, but splitting focus. I think he's going to dart forwards and kind of like a combination of like punching and climbing at the same time, sort of like slamming his fists into the carapace of its legs and trying to sort of reach the top.
Okay. Directly engaging, I'm assuming.
Indeed.
Let's see how this goes for our bull.
I think for the first time, the suddenly readjusting dice has worked in my favor. That is a 10.
Okay, good. Are you going to cause excessive collateral damage in this?
I don't think so here. I feel like we're in a fairly wide open area. I don't think there's I mean, aside from smashing a few tiles as I run in, I don't think there's much space for collateral damage here. So I think I'll just stick with the normal. So yeah, I think I'm going to choose to resist or avoid their blows. I think I did manage to sort of get in there, and whilst Atlas is by no means a super speedster, he is fast, and he gets in there. I think while in that moment of the robot adjusting its targeting, and I'm going to create an opportunity for my allies, as I think potentially draw its attention, start to peel off a few of the armor plates.
Yeah. So yeah, it will. I think you will definitely create an opportunity as it begins to walk forward. It starts spinning at the waist like a old cartoony style robot. The lower legs staying well planted, and as it realizes it's not shaking Atlas off, it stops. Its eye and I think arachnophobe, your arachnid alarm goes haywire as you see the fist on the robot begin like the rivets begin unscrewing really rapidly, and you can almost see the friction causing sparks, and then the rocket punch launches. Yeah, Thunderchild, do you want to defend Arachnophobe?
Nah.
All right.
Yeah,
All
that
right. I
is
think.
that's just the move that comes from the taking a condition of a foe. Sadly, so I think you do get
I would quite like to jump in to defend, if I may.
oh, I think you might have, like, you are on the robot. You can leap on the fist if you would like,
Yeah, sure thing.
because you avoided those blows. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I think because I see the rocket punch sort of detaching, I think I like wait for the moment. It's just left the hand, the wrist, I should say, and I am going to leap towards it with a cry of arachnophobe, look out! As I attempt. So I've got a helicopter going over. I don't know how audible that is, but
Yeah, feel free to roll that savior.
that is because I have the defender. What's it for my bull's heart? I get to roll with danger for that. So that
Oh,
is
even
a 10 with the +1 for influence.
okay. So yeah, you do it excellently. Choose your condition. We will see how this works in the narrative.
Yeah, so yeah, I am going to. I'm going to clear my condition. Actually, I'm going to clear hopeless because I feel like by saving arachnophobe from this, I proved that I can make a difference.
Yeah. And I think feel free to like flavor this. I think you jump on the fist as it detaches and just slam it into the ground.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I think the opportunity is that the rocket fist, the arm attached to it, it seems that there is a hollowness inside. You may be able to gum up the inner workings of this robot with webbing if you shoot or an eye laser. I mean, it is an opening. Whoever wants to take it, or a fastball special type of deal.
Gonna look over to Thunderchild, who he still feels hurt by from being roasted at the end of the last game, but he's gonna be like, TC, it's time.
So Thunderchild will try to power up his burn. I suppose it's the first thing.
Ooh, roll those conditions.
That's a 9.
Does anyone?
Well, I was going to say, will that call to action count as spending a point from the team to put it up to a 10?
I think someone would have to spin the team. Yeah. For Thunder. Yeah.
Yeah. Cody just shouted like, "Hey, TC, it's time."
That is perfectly fine. Yeah. So we will spin that team. So it is a 10. You have 3 flares or 3 burn.
So Thunderchild looks at the retro-looking robot. His eye is glittering red, and we can see that power inside him growing up. And he looks at him and goes, "Yeah, whatever. Okay, boomer." And he is going to attempt to unleash his powers to give it a shutdown code, because this thing has got its heart open. It's a granddad robot. I'm just going to tell it to shut down. I'm going to spend 2 burn on overcharge. Well, let's roll, I suppose, to see if I need to do that first of all. I've got a -2 on it. So yeah, it's good that I did burn up, because that would have been a 6. So I'm going to spend 2 burn to turn it into a 10 plus instead.
Good. Yeah. So are you using your new I-beams? You like trying to merge are you trying to like sort of attach a fax to a telegraph and like
I'm gonna give it a Kirk question. Why? And as its logic circuits overload, try to sort of effectively paralyze it, shut it down by the. I think that's the reshape. I don't know if is that a reshape environment, or do you want me to inflict conditions on it? But I'm effectively, I think I'm trying to hack its systems, take control of its machine, and tell it, give it a sleep command.
I think what you're doing, like you are reshaping your environment by I think by turning this from a from its defensive capabilities to its true purpose, which was an Iron Man suit. It was not meant to be it's not meant to be a robot. It is meant to be a shell. So it like it opens up and like the and stays like in that half open condition, waiting to have like the master hard reset done, because it is overloaded.
And I think Thunderchild will sweep Cody up and throw him into it, because Cody will be able to gum it up, good style.
Most definitely. Fastball special, nice and tucked in. Whoosh. Just like straighten out into a pencil type deal, already webbing as I go forward.
Yeah, and like this is very much, if you've played Mech Warrior, Armored Core, any of those like first person mech suit games, like this looks like a big you know, there's so many levers, so many, if I put webbing here, like this lever will stop. I don't know what it does, but it'll stop.
Yep. Gunk up all the commands, controls, all the wires.
Yeah, so everything is stopped by this robot or by this armor, and out from whence it came, the elevator draws in, and you can see inside and feel from the cool rush of air there is probably something that has been kept from you. And yeah, Fermata, I think you finally escaped from those bonds, but is this the best showing you can do? How is everyone feeling, and how's Fermata feeling?
I think we get that same look of like placid kind of annoyance, and I think when we kind of like, if the team like turns to her, like she's already kind of like standing up and she's already out of the bonds and kind of like marching almost determinedly towards the elevator. The violin case is back. Um, one hand casually in her pockets, and she's like already like not talking to anyone, just going straight for the elevator.
I think Cody will step up to Fermata, seeing that she's quiet as always after a fight. Gonna let the symbiote roll off his face a bit, just keep the lower half. And he's just gonna be like, "You good?"
I think Renata like stops at the elevator, gives like Cody like this imperturbable kind of look, and it's like, well, I'm alive, so I'm good.
Yeah. Well, I just needed to check up on you. as per your big brain, gave us perspective. So having you hurting out, probably not a good shtick for us. So keep up the good work, alright? And bearing in mind, his voice is still his voice, but there's like this echo, gloomy echo, thanks to the buddy on his face. My freak is up it too, so he probably doesn't sound the most mundane, but he's very much trying. And yes, I'm gonna try and comfort and support my teammate. Like
You want to switch your reaffirm your
mm,
mundanity and switch your stats before you do, or do you want to risk it all?
I think I will. The symbiote will completely roll off his face at that point, leaving just the bandana that you're used to. So now my danger is at a -2, and my mundane is at a 3. Let's hope this works. Reroll. 5, 6, 7, 8. There you go. 8.
I think like Fermata like gives you like this look. It's less placid annoyance. It just looks more placid. And then she looks at the other two and then back at Cody and says, "You know, I can sit down and figure out why you care about those two. Um, when this is done, I'm going to have to sit down and ask you why you care about me."
All right. I'll make sure I have
She
burgers.
doesn't mean that in a mean way. It's more of a wistful, huh? kind of tone.
Yeah, it's like, a serious talk. I haven't had anything serious in a long time. But yeah. All right. When this is all
That is her version of opening up. I do want to say.
Yeah, I would say I think that works, and feel free to choose from the list.
Clear. No, she's still insecure. I think she'll clear hopeless.
Okay, and does anyone else want to do anything before we start heading into the lab?
No, I think Danny's going to sort of dust himself down, but other than that, he's good to go.
Yeah, so you guys start going down this elevator shaft, and again, this is very Kirby-ian. If you've played Fallout 4 and stuck with it to the Institute with that huge glass cylindrical elevator in there, it's a lot like that. But when you get down to the lab, this is old hypertech, and it is someone brute forcing their way into science and with tools that were not made for it back in the day. Like this is impressive. This is starting a fire with just flint and tinder, but on the level of science. Like the computers are huge. The electricity is fizzing. There is green stuff boiling in glass tubes. There is is that a brain in like a Zordon tube in the center? Oh, that's weird.
Because it's been a
wow.
while. Sorry.
No, carry on.
Because it's been a while, and I feel like I've aged 500 years since the last time we played this. What was our objective?
To find an ally against Dominic Carnifex.
Okay.
Yes, Cody had a contact in this hangar, funnily enough, so can find them. I believe the Dead End Queen was the one that told me about this contact.
Yeah, the person who built this place was a major enemy of Dominic Carnifex.
Back in the golden days.
So, Arachnophobe, your contact.
She's an old golden age hero, as far as I've been told.
I presume so. I was just wondering if there were any procedures to making contact with them.
Not that I was told, just that they could be found here. Um, Dead and Queen didn't really have much to say, though I understand why there wouldn't be. I mean, the Gauntleteer was Domina Carnifax's like biggest enemy, and look how the extent that she went. Do you think this person would be so willing to stand up and above after seeing that?
Well, from what I've learned about heroes, usually they are willing to do that.
A very good point.
Mr. GM, I think Thunderchild is going to stare in at the brain in the Hovery Zordon type jar, and probably recognise there's a almost a reverse kindred spirit. And I'd like to look at it, and he sort of leans forward and puts his hand on it, and I'd like to pierce the mask.
Ooh, go ahead. But I think this is a meeting of the. I will offer you an opportunity. This is like the meeting of the minds. Do you want to pierce the mask with Freak?
I'm never going to turn down a +3, am I? Really? Boom. And that's good job I didn't, because that takes it from an 8 to an 11 on my piercing of said mask.
So yeah, you get 3 questions to ask. And
Ooh, what? I suppose is this like our minds touch, and I see them as they really are, or are they still a
I
brain?
would say like let's set up a bit because like I think there's going to be a conversation soon.
Mm-hmm.
And as you touch, there's a spark, and the machine holding the brain. It looks like those electronic or electric orbs from the old gift shops, and just like the lightning strikes the brain and revives it. The liquid inside is boiling, and the this small almost like UFO style cylinder pops out from the device and starts hovering, and then this hologram of a woman who looks to be of a native background appears, and she seems at this at the point where this hologram is. She seems to be about early 50s, late 40s. Uh, Very average. She looks like a mechanic, very fit and muscular kind of body.
Whoa! Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Um, and
I do believe I am your only hope. Glad I saw that before all this happened.
so my first, I suppose, say, hi, I'm Thunderchild. These are my teammates. I think he turns around and looks at them all. We're here because we hope you can help us defeat Dominic Cartivax and free the kids she's got under her control.
Carnifex is still active. Is she fighting with a cane?
She's she's sprightly for her age, right? So um, for my first pierce, the mask question is like, how can we get this character to reveal one of Dominic Carnifax's weaknesses?
Oh, by proving you are not her agents.
Hmm. Um. So Dominic Carnifax sort of screwed with all our lives. She tried to rewrite my brain, and now she has uh, teenage kids that she's been manipulating into siding with evil. And we want to stop this for once and for all, don't we, gang? Um, uh, so I'm going to ask her, what would they want me to do to gain their trust?
Um, ooh, I would suggest sharing the story of you, Thunderchild. I mean, you were literally made to as a sacrifice to Dominic Carnifex. That is, I can see why you would want revenge against her.
And I wonder if that might answer my Good question. And how could I gain influence over her?
That will also, yeah, by proving you are kindred souls. So yeah, that would do it.
My name is Thunderchild. I was made as a weapon to kill the Gauntleteer. I was forced to believe I was an innocent child and under her control until my programming was disrupted. I'm sort of struggling with my self of existence right now, but I've got a cause, and it ain't to let that skanky ass bitch carry on with her ambitions. And we've all got stories like this. She tried to point to Cody. She tried to take his brother hostage to blackmail him into compliance. Went to Danny, and right down in the middle of getting experiments on Danny. And for Marta, for Marta used to be my like closest friend. Well, maybe she wasn't my closest friend because I wasn't who I thought I was, but she's been fucking with Famata big time as well. We're united in a single central cause. We hate that woman, and we want to do the right thing. And as far as I'm concerned, the right thing is smashing her that grin off the side of her face.
And she'll take that in and then look you directly in the ocular lens, Thunderchild. Were you successful in the mission you were built for?
Did I take part in the destruction of the Gauntlet here? Yes, but there's a little bit of a fun, you see. I was so centrally built with that individual in mind that even she is trying to excise him from the world, excise him from the memory of all consciousness. He's hardwired into my programming. I can't forget him. And as a result, I can think of nothing I'd like to do more than birth a new one. Again, to smack that, once I've smacked the grin off her face, he can smack it back the other way.
And
Or they.
I think this will begin the like the actual title of this comic is it she just like belts out the Gauntleteer is missing, and then we see like right under it final one of three. But yeah, she will introduce herself as Desba Henry, also known as Trailblazer, the beautiful brain and mechanical brawn of the Allied Angels back during World War II. And that her friend up there is Justice Hammer, one of the first personal combat mechs ever built. But I think she'll be walking around like hearing everyone's stories. We have like the few pages of the art of people venting to her about the problems, and but it comes to the fact that she remembers the Gauntleteer. There seems to be some kind of like mimetic shielding around the tube of her brain. She's not taken foul by the glamours of Domina Carnifex. With I'll go ahead. Cody?
That's a super good thing because now I feel like we can talk about the gauntlet here and not be crazy when people don't recognize it. On the other hand, we are talking to a floating brain about it, but hey,
Baby steps.
yeah. Go one direction, out the other.
And you're hanging out with a brain in a jar, and that's what you think is unusual? Cody,
Got me. You got
so
me.
cute.
You see, like
Speaking
him
of
just
the
staring onwards. Go on.
speaking of the Gauntleteer, I don't suppose you know, like how their whole deal works. Only we've got the Gauntlet C, and I figure it would be good if we could find someone to give it to, but I'm not exactly the I'm not exactly the lady in the lake type. You know what I mean?
And she will begin expositing witch jargon. Like she is talking about the meta of the comic universe and the Gauntleteers from different realities, different worlds, kind of thing, in the New Gauntlet City thing, and then like I think she gets to the part, like in like the liminal space of Camdir at the Hollow Earth. It would take a lot to wrench the Gauntleteer out of any one reality, much less many. Uh, do you have the gauntlet?
Yeah, I mean, not right here, but it's safe. I think we'll probably just get a flashback to like it being used as an impromptu bedside table in Atlas's room.
I imagine that the other Jacob, the one that we have, like, there's like this, I want to say like a 4-panel thing of like him like taking a soldering iron to it, like trying to like upgrade it or something. Then like the next he like has like some kind of like schematics right in front of it, seeing if they work. Just like different takes on how to fuck with this thing. And get back to it, and she will begin explaining her thought process on this, which the brain's idea is that Domina Carnifex is probably attempting what she has been trying to do for years, which is to discorporate the Gauntleteer by, you cut off the arm. She sent the rest of his, like, she sent different parts of him to different universes. That's why the gauntlet is so out of phase. Everything that it's attached to is in a different universe at the same time, in pieces.
Right. So would the plan then be to go and find those pieces and bring them back?
No, I think the best plan is the machine she has with the gauntlet is what's focusing on this. It feels like she was not able to send it to any kind of universe to hide it. So if you find a way to deactivate what's keeping it out of phase, everything should return. It may not be the same. You have separated the source of its power from the person who had the power, but it would be better than existing yet not existing, yet cogent and incogent. This is Lovecraftian, this torment we're talking about.
Yeah, it sounds like a brainful. Would destroying it count as
Ooh, I'm
activating
sorry,
it?
I did say Lovecraft. This is incalculable, the way we can think of this torment.
Oof. Okay. Would destroying it do just the same job as deactivating it? Because we're really good at that.
I would prefer to be able to check it out before you smash it, if that is possible.
That'd be fine.
I think we owe it. We owe it to bring back a new Gauntleteer. Just for the really central purpose that it would so piss her off.
Is she still using the Calavera tech, the Agony Scepter, the Proto Armor?
Yup. That stuff stings.
And I think she motions for Thunderchild to come towards this one of those like huge there's so much bubbling material and science around it to and she will pull out this it looks like it would be an adapter plug with an antenna and like a blue light, a red light, and a yellow light on it, and a switch. If you get this on her tech, it should depower it for long enough for, well, if you're careful, you could take her down easily. If you're brutal, you could take her down quickly.
Yeah, I'm good at gentle.
She is. I think like she's like looking you just up and down and like squinting. It's like, you're a modular model, are you not?
So I'm a Thunderstrike 3 model. I was designed as a prototype specifically to be deployed in Gauntlet incidents.
No, I mean you've unlocked how to change forms. It seems you are. Could I have one day? Would you send me your schematics?
Lady, are you asking me for nudie pics?
I think she like looks at it. Was like, I'm like, oh no, no, crap! I did not even ask your age. This is awkward.
Said, said, no, lady, I'm a living life form. Why don't you go and ask them for their X-rays and their gene code?
Well, I have that already. They were scanned when they got in.
What is it with heroes and boundaries, man?
Technically, I have to let you know that my genetic code is copyrighted by what are they called? Omnitech,
Optimax.
Optimax. But I won't tell if you don't.
Optimax can't know you're breaking copyright if they never find out.
Dominic Carnifex already has some of my blood, but feel free. Just don't clone me.
Oh no, cloning spiders never goes well.
No.
And I think with I like to she is nice, but she has literally been a brain in a jar since the 70s. Social niceties may be a bit off.
Look, lady, how does this thing work? What is it? Sonic? Energy disruption?
It is a tactile diffusion emitter. Just slap it on, and if you hit blue, the agony scepter should become a healing ray. Because I had that thing turn on me enough, I found a way to make it antithetical in reaction. It took a lot of anathematicians, but anathematics, I think, but it worked.
Did you just say like anathematics?
Anathematics, the mathematics of the arcane and the scientific merged.
Yeah, Cody's gonna lean over to Atlas and be like, "Yeah, this is high-level witchcraft. I would never mess with Matt."
She's a brain in a jar. What do you
It's
think
like,
she did?
whoa! With this combination of maths and science, can you turn me into a real boy?
I could create a body of flesh from you, but I would that would require well, donor matter.
Lady, I don't need rescuing. I'm just coming to terms with myself. I like me.
Good, because you seem I think you seem to be more capable than you feel, and she is telling you how you are.
Uh, you know, she hit on me. She wants nudie pics. I'm gonna accept her influence.
Shift superior up and mundane down. You are obviously version better than human.
Say, hmm. So, like, gang, we got the magic anti-dominant carnifex device. I was thinking, like, we could go beat the living snot out of her now, or maybe we should like rescue those kids first, or
If we're bidding the
Famata,
snot,
Famata, you're being like really quiet. There's always this song playing in your head. It's the thing I like most about you. And so will put his hands on your shoulders and loom over you.
Yeah, throughout this conversation from us in the background, plotting? No, not plotting. Thinking and staring at Trailblazer. But yeah, I'll keep going, Thunderchild.
So what's the key we're playing in for Marta? Come on, we need you. Please come back to us. Try and well, not comfort support. I'm going to say, wish I could be instead, as I envy the fact that she hears music. That'll be a 6 plus 3. We'll take it to a 9.
Does anyone want to spin team to aid in this?
Considering the little talk earlier between her and Cody, I think Cody will be like, "It's true, hands in pockets, kind of waiting expectantly, like, lead the way, maestro." What's the
Okay,
plan?
boost that to a 10.
Um, no, reaching out to her. What's she gonna do with that? Um, okay. I think like I think she blinks as if like just almost coming out of a dream or a bit of a fugue, and she looks up to like Thunderchild, who the last time he loomed over her and they had a fight, really bad one. Um, and just says, "Do you really not hear music?"
I remember you playing it for me, but I don't think I ever really heard you, and I don't think that's my song. It's making you one, eh?
I can help you find one, I suppose.
I'm thinking something a little bit ACDC.
Bit vulgar, but I can work with it.
Vulgar? Me? Probably.
Oh, what am I saying? No, you're the height of class, Thunderchild.
I mean,
Have-
I could literally turn into a trailer and you can put trash in me if you like.
All right, I thought like I think she breaks a bit, and she's just like she has a small giggle that she tries to cover in with a cough. Well, you asked for a key. I'd say the key is to get busy, to not let this opportunity run away from us. Dominic Carfax is out there, and she is reshaping the world in a way that leaves us out of it. Um, and in a way that has threatened um, fellows like us who are only under her imprisonment through bad luck. In any other scenario, it could have been us who would be in her shackles. So I say that we have the opportunity. Let's not let it lay fallow.
So,
Yeah.
what choices for that comfort and support are we going to take?
Oh, I am clearing. I cleared angry.
I also cleared hopeless.
Sweet.
I'd
So, yeah,
I'd just like to assess the situation momentarily. If we're looking around the lab, I
feel
have a
free.
plan. Especially now you put my superior. So that will be a 7 plus 1 0. Lovely. What here can I use to wire this contact device into my eye beams?
Oh, oh, that is mean. um, I'm imagining we see like a cyborg esque kind of red eye view from your lens,
Mm-hmm.
and you trail past this. It looks like it's just a regular like car manual science book. Like like there's just tons of books here as well. But like this one, is like it's like I think we see like one scanning. It's like bioengineering. Next one being scanned, like chemistry and fuels, and like the next one scanned, and then your sensors go from like this white array to red, and then it goes yellow, then it goes blue, the same colors from that device you have, and it spikes with it. It has an energy around it, something that is potent, but sort of at least what sensors you have cannot currently measure it. But yeah, that book is probably something about this.
Light reading, right? It's pick the book up and uh, speed read it and say, "Hey, lady, though as much as I like to put my hands around her throat, it's a little too close. Do you think maybe there's an opportunity to turn this into a broadcast device?"
Certainly, I'll just need Justice Hammer and my other helpers to assist me. And I think like the last panel, like all four of you standing with different ellipses over your heads, and then like this little square panel of Justice Hammer webbed to the floor upstairs. But I think with that we are an hour in. Let's take a break till 10 after and get back to the rest of this issue.
feeling better, Ferret?
Voice wise, much. Oh. Okay, I believe we're all back. David's just off camera for a bit, so I think that I want to say that was probably the final scene in the lab. Does everyone feel good with that? And I think we have a hideout now. I think it was a old. Was it an old firehouse? Was it an old mall? I'm. I'm afraid I'm thinking it was an old mall, but that could also be from the DC
I
Harley
think
Quinn.
it was like a an old machine or mechanics shop. I think like in a
Yeah, an old
Yeah,
auto
that's
body
right.
shop. That's right. I was thinking the Ghostbusters. That's why I thought fire. Uh, yeah. So I think like we are back there. We will be back at our headquarters with the human Jacob, the arachnophobe. Your brother's not living with you guys.
No, but he
Any,
could come visit if he likes. Never an
would he
issue.
though?
Hmm. Would it be cool with anyone, with everyone, if Cody's brother came to visit? I mean, he might be hard at training. His brother turns out to have powers and don some form of costume and fights. I almost said fight crime, but that's not entirely accurate. His brother is a superpowered person. He feels a little mundane, so he wants to, you know, hold his own so that Cody doesn't have to worry about him. But Cody still worries.
Well, I'm thinking Elliot is here, but when you arrive, Cody, Elliot's talking to Sforzando in the the old place where the cars used to be worked on, just out in the open. And I think we see the mortal Jacob carrying like this collection of tools that upstate, like in the background to work on that gauntlet device a bit. But yeah, there are several people from y'all's pasts here or presents.
Uh, hey guys, Elliot. Do I recognize?
Oh,
So
Sforzando was a speaker at the School of Hard Knocks many times for the cult.
okay, then yes, I would say welcome, Elliot Sforzanza. Side glance.
Hey, and Elliot looks over like, "Hey, dude, did you know that if you work for the Twilight Orchestra, you get like all kinds of benefits? I could have dental."
You could, huh? uh, Got a side glance again, this time over from Ada's way.
She's nodding. Like, dental's pretty good.
Dental's on point, best in the biz.
The thing is, like, Permata has done really well with that, but you don't see it because she never smiles.
Perfect. Yeah. Be mindful. That's how they lure you in. Dental. Then next thing you know, you're working a desk job for like 3 years.
It's for Zondo turns. Oh, young Cody, I am so sad. There is no small part in the orchestra. All notes are equally as valuable.
He's
Permata's
taken aback
nodding.
by this. Okay. Well, I do like music. A good jig can rise the spirits. So, can I pierce the mask?
You certainly can.
I feel like that's a pierce the mask moment. And my mundane is pretty decent, but I still rolled like garbage. 5, I believe. No, 6.
You You got a 6?
Yep.
Oh dear.
Yep.
Oh. Hmm. Oh, I think I know exactly what to do now. Oh, I mean, bro, come on, it's got to be cool. I mean, Donovan joined up.
Eyes widen. Huh. Yeah. I haven't spoken to Donovan in a hot minute.
Oh, and as for Zondo, I gives a little smile. Like, do not worry. The Alto Fox is just now outside of basic training. You may know is the best term.
Okay.
Hey, Cody.
Hmm?
Look, whoever Donovan is, he's in good hands. I can, I, I can vouch for the orchestra.
Gonna give you a long look, then divert back to Svaldo and Elliot. Give a small nod and be like, all right, if you trust them, then I'll trust that they'll look after people I fight for.
And I'll go ahead, Danny.
Yeah, and I think is Donovan that guy we saw you with when we came to the school?
Yep. Yep, the best friend that was smoking with Cody.
Cool. Well, cool. Yeah.
Was that in character or was that out of character?
Oh, that was in character. Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, Donovan was the one you probably saw me at school with.
Okay, I didn't know. Fermata didn't know that we were just telling people that. So she gives Danny this withering look. Because that's being at that school is her biggest shame.
Don't worry. We have many agents in this. I think Sforzano like misreads your emotions, Fermata. Like we have many agents in that school. You do not need to worry about it.
Well,
I'll try not to.
And I think like, the final things Sforzano will say to Cody, and it's like do not worry. I will make sure Elliot does not have a boring desk job.
all right. You have my
And
trust.
he will like sort of I think like, sweep Grant like he does not listen to Edna Mode. His cape flows behind him as he trails towards Fermata.
Yeah, I think Fermata will like incline her head and will kind of lead her to like her room, just so like they can talk privately.
Yeah, and
That's okay.
he will walk as extrally as possible to the room like a strutting peacock of performance.
Yeah. But meanwhile,
And
Fermata's all tight and disciplined.
yeah, and when you gather together, I think once the door closed, you see a side of Sforzando you probably rarely, if ever, have seen, where he looks stressed.
Um. Oh, I think Fermata's room is like soundproof. It's not really a room, I guess. Well, it's not like a bedroom. Like she like rarely sleeps here, and if she does, she takes like the couch. So the room that was given to her is it's kind of like a practice room. So like it's soundproof. There are like musical notations. Well, actually, no, it's not that messy. There is like one stand for a lectern for notes. There's like a there is like a chest that's like clearly sealed with arcane means, um, and not much else. Maybe some books. Um, maybe a window. Actually, no, not a window. No. And I think like Formato like notice that's for Xander is like stressed and hesitant to like say it, but she'll say it. Is everything okay? I didn't expect to see you here. Normally I would come to you.
I am troubled, my student. I am I am noticing the flaws in the plans of what we tried. There is disharmony in the ranks thanks to Domina Carnifex. The alignment and the performance of the Black Madonna have been thrown out of shift. We must remove her as an obstacle, or our purpose can be undone.
I think Fermata like not just nods, but kind of like bows, kind of like respectfully. Well, my teammates and I, we may have found a way to defeat her completely. We found a chink in her armor. We are close to removing her from the board, so to speak. Please, this is my let this be my responsibility, and let the orchestra worry about recreating harmony.
Hmm. Let's see. And
Um, this
do you
might be
think?
kind of words of the past.
Yeah. Let me check that real quick. This
Uh,
feels like you're doing something.
yeah,
Yeah. And ooh.
I guess yeah. It would for Zando be up for like, yeah. Let Fermata like take care of Dominic Carnifex to prove herself, or
Oh.
would I have to provoke to do that?
I think he would be, but I think yeah, his yeah, he would allow you. He just knows like you've gotten the closest to her of everyone in the cult. I think he would allow. Like if this was the conductor, it'd be a different matter. But
Yeah. So I guess this might be words of the past. Dominic Carnifex is a problem Fermata's facing. Um,
yeah,
and that's so if that's okay, to
yeah.
trigger that
Ask
move.
a question.
Yes. I suppose what I would like to know is how would the orchestra prefer this? How would it prefer to have Dominic Carnifex taken care of? Is she someone we can still use in the future, or is she one to be removed from the board utterly?
She is a blight. She is a sour note upon the page. Remove her and show that the cult is not to be messed with, no matter whom they think they are.
Then it will be done. And she'll do another like bow. And I think the her placid like sort of annoyance cracks, and you can see that like this is the shit she believes in. Bit of a fervor in her eyes. I think we do get like I think we get like a panel of just her face, but it's it's kind of almost exact same composition. But there's kind of like that determination in her face. The
I,
type you see from shonen anime protagonists when they're about to defeat a foe through the power of friendship.
I also think he will be using his influence to tell you who you are. You are an instrument of the cult's vengeance. Do you accept this?
Ooh. Yeah. Yeah.
Shift your danger up and your mundane down.
Yeah, her friends are getting to her, but not yet. Really not yet. Um, okay, let me look at that other move.
Yeah, I think you mark potential for that.
So take +1 forward. Um, And also the words of the past means I do take a +1 on going if I listen to. So basically, if I'm up for wiping her out, which I might run contrary to my teammates. We'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Yeah, you can have a +2. You have a +1 ongoing and a +1 forward. This could be, and you level up. Yay!
Yeah.
This was a great conversation.
Yeah, it's absolutely not concerning. No.
Now go kill. And I think yeah, let's cut from that. Does anyone like, do we want to see Cody and Elliot more, or maybe Thunderchild and Jacob? Does anyone have a scene they want to set with another one of their teammates?
I'd like to potentially see Danny and Jacob and Thunderchild because we were trying to figure out about that damn gauntlet. I want to see how Jacob's experiments are going.
Yeah, that is fine. You want to join him, Danny?
Yeah, sure thing.
I think Jacob. This feels to me sort of like the Always Sunny in Philadelphia Serpico ripoff, Pepe Sylvia dream board with like different strings tied to things, literal, like, I think like red strings mean trial failed, yellow inconclusive, green means decent, kind of color coding, and just all these different things he's tried. I think like it is still vibrating, but it's at a like you can feel that it's at a different frequency now. Like he was able to break through one dimensional hold. But as I think as Thunderchild walks in, Jacob looks up and nods, and then as Danny walks in, there's a light blush on his face, and he looks away, and it's like I've not learned anything. I thought it was just gonna. I'm sorry, I didn't. I know you're all counting on me, but it's just I don't get it. It's just it's outside my realms right now.
Well, from what we heard from Trailblazer, there's probably some sort of magic component to it. Which, yeah, I mean, I can't help you with that, but
What, Trailblazers
However,
alive?
I mean,
from a certain point of view,
Oh, hero
Hey.
thing.
brain in a jar thing. But on the boat
Yeah.
side, that crazy science magic she uses, I got a book.
So if the whole deal with this gauntlet is that it has to go to someone who is worthy of it, then my thought is if we can find someone, maybe like their vibes will vibe with it, and that might help anchor it.
That's a really good plan.
But that still takes us back to Cinderella territory, and we're going to be a bit conspicuous wandering around, putting this on random people's hands.
No. I mean, this is vibrating. Everyone vibrates at certain frequencies, not with that like weirdo goop hurt stickers, unscientific crap, but if we could set it up so it sets out a resonance, we might be able to pinpoint who resonates with the gauntlet in the city.
Like a Cinderella Google.
Like Cinderella Google Maps, exactly.
So I scanned one of the books in her library, which seems to. Maybe you can hack her mojo. I don't think I'm particularly magical, but it's got to be in your remit,
I think he'll
right, Jacob?
He'll take the book, he'll look at it, and there's this weird like he'll scan it a bit, and you can see like there's no comprehension on his face, but then it like slowly begins dawning on him. And if you've ever played Mage the Ascension, this is the awakening moment.
Like, do me one possible favor, Jacob. Don't go all evil and dark when you finish reading the book, right? In fact, two favors. Don't go all goody goody superhero when you finish reading the book either. We
Um,
fight injustice for money.
and he like flips a page. Oh, I'll also not be a brain in a jar. I think I can be more useful in this form. Oh, this is, yes, the dimensional diffusion here. Oh, of course. This is what essential oils are used for. And it just like keeps going through like different pages.
I think we can leave him with the book, right?
Yeah, and as you two are leaving, do you guys want to share? Like this seems like a moment to celebrate over, or just talk about.
Yeah, I'll do a metaphorical fist pump or actual literal fist pump uh, um, towards Danny.
Yeah, and I will likewise. We can probably actually properly fist bump without risk of serious injury to each other. So it's
Oh, I think the shape shifting works. So the fist sort of comes out, extends, pumps, turns around. It's like a secret handshake, and it pulls back, and just a knowing smile.
say it's good seeing the two of you getting on. Um,
Still trying to figure out exactly what this is. Is he my brother? Is he my creator? Am I his guardian? This is like major level weird. But he's a good kid, and he's not anywhere near his father. And if that bastard comes around here, let's see exactly how far I can punch a human head.
well, whether or not you are, I don't know, part of him. You both seem like good guys, and I'm glad I've met you both.
Yeah, that sounds like
Likewise, Danny, you're a good guy as well. Well, not that good. And there's the equivalent of a wink on the late on the eye, which goes.
Sounds like you guys could be celebrating, sharing a triumphant celebration. So, Danny, are you going to make Thunderchild your love or your rival, or is he one of those?
Thunderchild is my rival currently, and I think that is going to remain there as
Yeah,
yeah.
take influence over Thunderchild and mark potential. I think you already had influence over Thunderchild, did you not?
No,
No,
Oh,
I didn't.
oh
So
dear.
yep.
And
I've been
Thunderchild.
growing away from the team a lot, so my influence was pretty well bottom.
Oh yes, and Thunderchild, you can clear a condition, and do you think Danny complemented your powers?
I believe so.
Yeah, then mark potential.
Woohoo!
Yeah, and I think like, we will cut from there. Do you want to be in a scene with your brother alone, Cody?
Yes. I think once everybody is splitting off, and Elliot probably wanted to go and see what Thunderchild and Danny and Jacob were all up to, but then Cody just flicked him on the back. He's like, you showing me what you've been doing, like, away from me. And I need to introduce you to someone, and he's going to introduce Elliot to Phobia and get Elliot to basically come at me, bro, type of deal. Not going to fight back, more so just show me what you've learned.
Oh, do you want to provoke your
Yeah.
Yeah, let's provoke your brother. Use that superior.
What is my spirit at the moment?
One.
One. Okay. Oh goodness. So that's 5 + 1, 6. I do think
Ooh,
I do think that's a miss.
it is. And oh, oh yeah. I think. Wait, does phobia help you with provoke?
No. Phobia helps me with uh, unleash your powers, defend, and assess the situation.
Gotcha. So yeah, I think you feel like there is a fear from phobia, like running in your neural network. It is a sharp spike of like a fight or flight influence, and that's when Elliot throws this punch. But it's odd. I mean, you guys are standing like 3 meters away, and host's hair symbiote.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you see on Elliot's hand, almost like Vampire Hunter D, this like weird mouth thing open up, and this symbiote emerge, and it punches you in the gut in your surprise as you realize your brother has a stronger symbiote than you do.
that's that's legitimately terrifying.
Yeah, I think you take a powerful blow.
Yep. All right. Now can I roll low again? 2.
Yeah, so you stand. I think like this is like a Houdini punch. I mean, you can take it, but damn, and
Knocked the wind out of me for sure. Like, oh, okay.
yeah, and like this thing looks like hosts is that weird cyan turquoise, almost translucent thing. This is much more like Venom or Shriek or or Carnage. This is mottled. This is opaque. This is viscous. And
Elliot, where did you get that?
oh, I was hanging out with Lena, and she said that she sensed another one falling to Earth, and I just thought, like, yours is so cool, and if I found one that was like anything like it, I could be like you. And this one, it's so powerful. Do you know what I did to that kid who's been bullying me? He's not going to be bullying anyone now.
Elliot, what did you do?
I didn't do anything. And like you see the thing like slucking back into his system. Like it is literally like a toothy maw, and it looks almost like this creature has a tongue normally in the palm of his hand.
Right. Well, kudos for, getting back at him, but remember that everything that you do, you're going to have to carry that when you sleep, when you eat, when you go about your daily life. So just watch yourself, all right?
Yeah, it's cool, but I was thinking. I mean, you've done a lot for me. All you guys have done so much for me. I was like, why don't we try out going after? Where is he? The Gremlin. We could take him out as a family.
Cody rolls his eyes. Why would you want to go after that idiot? He's. I mean, I get why. I mean, I thought about it once, but he's not worth the hassle, and your host or whatever you. What have you named your friend?
Oh, oh God. Uh, this is Gemini.
Gemini. Okay. Gemini's powerful, but I think you need to pump yourself up a little bit more with training before being able to handle it.
That's what you'd say. As the mouth smiles and then disappears in the hand.
Hmm, that's worrying. But I trust. I have faith in my brother that he's got his shit under control. If you do, by any chance, decide to not listen to me and go off, at the very least, send me a message when you're on the way to make your bad decisions.
Ooh, are you? Yeah, you may need to. I mean, you've already pissed him off pretty bad. Do you think he's going to listen to you, or do you think you need to provoke him to listen to you?
Uh, I feel like I could provoke him by
Or do you
adding.
want to? Or do you want to comfort and support him?
Oh, actually, yeah. If I was like, I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying if you're gonna do it after I said no, at least let me know you're gonna
Yeah,
go do it anyway.
if you are going to do it, we will do it as a family.
Yeah. Oh, let's hope this mundane works. So that's 8, 9, 10, 11.
Yeah, so he will. I think he just looks down. I realized you've always been looking out for me, and I was insulting you to your face about it the entire time, how you were doing it. I owe you, Cody. You're, you're my family. No one else in that foster care. No, dude, you're my brother.
Exactly. And you're the anchor, man. I'm the anchor and I'm the chain. So we kind of need each other to function. We are the lesser sum of our parts. So that's why I want you to be careful when choosing to go down this path, because believe me, I've gone down it, and while it's satisfying in the long run, it's just heavy on the shoulders.
He cocks his head as if he's hearing something else. Yeah. How does phobia communicate with you?
Uh, Phobia just talks to me in my head.
Okay, so this is normal.
Are you hearing Gemini? I'm guessing.
He nods. It's just- maybe there is more to work on. I'll keep it in mind. Sorry for symbioting you in the gut.
Oh, don't sweat it. I've never thought Phobia would be afraid of anything if I wasn't. So you got one up on me, and gonna go up to him, ruffle hair. Good job.
Yeah. And he will offer you an actual fist bump instead of symbiote to the gut.
Love it.
Yeah. And I think with that, does anyone want to frame a scene, or should I frame something up?
Are we
Like,
going? Are we going to deal with Dominic Artifacts, or are we going to wait for that?
I think we might we're waiting on. I think Jacob is still figuring out how to put that piece on, fit your laser with the dimensional diffuser kind of tech.
Mhm.
So I mean, unless you want to risk just slapping it on her stuff and going ham right now, we can do that.
Something Thunderchild asked before I'll bring back up. What are we doing about all the other kids in the Dominus influence? Because if we
Yeah.
don't clear them out of the way, they might be the ones we have to face.
Yeah, and I think that's Danny. You kept Whisper as your inside informant to the school. You
Yeah.
get a text from Whisper, and I think it. You know her pretty well. She is laconic. She is Rosa Diaz from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. If a grunt can get across what a word would, she'll grunt. And this is just I'm in danger. We're in danger. Please help. And coordinates to a meeting place.
Yeah. I'll say, yeah, and it sounds like they need us now. I just got the word from Whisper. Uh, I don't know what's up, but something is, and she wouldn't have reached out if it weren't big.
Yeah, and I think like these meeting coordinates are the place Danny and Whisper used to go to like just blow off steam. Oh no, this is your Uncle Tony's restaurant.
Right. Yeah. Cool.
If it's urgent, then I'm ready to head out when you guys are.
What the-
Hmm.
Ramada
Let's
stages
do
as she's
this.
opening a can of Sprite.
How much danger? Let's find out on the way, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Um,
Yeah, so I think we'll turn the page. We'll be at Uncle Tony's restaurant, and I think Whisper is there with I think she's like at the old table that Danny and she used to sit at, and has her usual like bitter melon soft drink.
yeah. Um, yeah. In this place, it is one of those like, you know, the absolute minimum effort to make it look like the whole place isn't just essentially a money laundering operation. It's, people do come there and buy food, but it's kind of that got that very rundown and sleazy look. I'm imagining Uncle Tony is kind of like a Cantonese Guy Fieri in look and temperament.
And I imagine like uh, this is like I want to say harshly traditional. Like this is not at any shape or way form uh, made for American taste buds. This is traditional Cantonese food in Cantonese. If you want to order it, you better speak or know what to point at.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I think you notice that Whisper does not have her dog with her.
What's up, Whisper? What's
She looks up and you can see that one of her eyes is she has taken a punch to the face, and there is like some bruising and some broken veins in her eyes. Like I, you guys got me curious. I looked around. I found what I shouldn't have found.
What is it?
You remember what you got from Optimax? What you all did? Those ampules with the. She's stealing our powers. She's using these drugs to amp up powers from like she can make a D-lister into a B-lister for a few hours, but once that D-lister is a B-lister, she steals their power at that level and transfers it to something or someone else. She's been doing this to all the failed candidates of the school.
Do you know where this is happening?
Bowels of School of Hard Knocks. And she looks over at Thunderchild and flinches. Sin's been helping.
Well, it just so happens breaking into illegal labs and maybe smashing it up is our strongest suit.
uh,
She's saying that as if she's hesitant to make the joke.
she's been promising more power to the students that she thinks are on her side. I I never got the invite, but we may have some more problems on our side. If you want to break in, it's gonna be something.
Hmm.
Well, the longer we wait, the worse the worse it will get. So I say we go and clean the clocks of some teachers' pets.
I say we play this smart. You guys may be good at taking down labs, but you know who holds grudges? Heroes whose reputations have been tarnished. Why don't you just let slip where the School of Hard Knocks is?
Because then kids like you will also be in the middle of it all. We don't need people to sort our mess out. We certainly don't need so goddamn heroes.
Ooh,
Let's do it ourselves.
she looks kind of like ashamed at what she said now. Like that makes sense. Damn you, robot. Logic parameters off the charts.
But no, I'll put his hand on his chest and go, perhaps I am the most human of you all.
And I think Uncle Tony comes out. It's like, I think you're more of an air fryer than a human, but you look cool. That's a sweet jacket.
Said, if you're looking to get cooked, Pops, keep up the jokes.
And Cody's been eating this entire time, just like bowls of like anything meaty, like best Cantonese meat dishes.
Oh, I imagine like you order something like just got like the beef bowl. It's like this is fine with me.
Yep, I'll take 10 of these, please.
I've got this vision of you at the buffet, and then the look of the dollar signs creeping up as you eat all of the food.
I think that's why Uncle Tony came out, because you've literally ordered like almost half a cow at this point. And he claps Cody on the shoulders and just looks Danny in the eyes. Bring your friends around here more often. It's been too long, Danny.
Yeah, yeah, Uncle. We'll definitely be back.
And I think he looks. Go ahead.
I was gonna say Cody's gonna wait until he goes before he says anything else.
Yeah, I think. He's gonna go and bring you the try and bring out like different dishes to see what else you like.
Mm-hmm.
Have you
As soon
got
as he's
like kosher robot food on the menu?
What do you eat?
I'm just messing with you, man. I'm happy that my friend's having a nice meal. That means he can have all of his strength for when we go in and break into the school and steal all the kids and the amphiballs and kick through some walls.
yeah, everyone will notice that Cody does not eat veggies. He barely eats rice or pastas. He just goes for the meat. True carnivore. It's for the webbing, I promise. But
If you switch to tofu, this could be
but he is gonna wait until the uncle goes before looking around to this. Like, y'all got money, right? Wiping his mouth, scooping up under the forkful.
Yeah.
This isn't. This place isn't really in the selling food for money business.
Yeah, and I feel like there like some waitress comes out and she's like holding like all the like she's holding a a tray of dishes. She slips, like this money just like falls out from like the small layer of dishes. Like this money just falls out. She's just collecting it in there. It's like, yeah,
Oh, in which case, dig in.
yeah, free food.
Yep. But he is gonna say between mouthfuls, do we have a plan of attack? Are we going our usual gung ho, guns blazing, or are we getting in quietly, then bursting in from the inside out?
Hey, Famara and I snuck into the last lab. It was you and Chuckles who got us caught.
You raise a good point.
I mean, I suppose if we want to do this slightly less directly, we could use Whisper's idea. We could drop her down to some heroes, use them as a distraction while they're coming in, and the security is going out to deal with them. We sneak in the back and get the kids out.
I
Not a
would
bad
be
idea.
up for that plan, but the important part is that she has to know that she's not the one training the crosshairs on us. We're the ones training the crosshairs on her.
I get it. Backing her up to a corner type of deal. Letting her know who's in charge rather than she is.
We can still use Whisper's idea and Danny's plan to provide the distraction, but at the end of the day, it cannot be left unclear just who has struck a blow against her.
Okay.
Are we not firebrands?
So I tend to leave a distinctive entry pattern.
I think Bravado like smiles at that. It's a small smile, but it looks weird.
Whoa, those are the best teeth I've ever seen.
Oh no, it's not big enough to see the teeth. Sadly, no.
About to compliment the Twilight Orchestra's dental plan.
I would say, like, how do you know it's not X-ray vision from the robots?
Don't X-ray vision your friends.
You're not a brain in a jar. You don't X-ray without permission.
Exactly. What's my boundaries, man? I ain't a
Um,
superhero. I've got morals.
Love it. If we're gonna use a hero as a distraction, I know just the loud and moronic hero that would, in fact, go in through the front door, guns blazing, and making a show of it.
Are you going to be provoking your arch nemesis? into
I
doing
am.
this?
I very much am.
I am nervous about bringing heroes into this. Goes wrong.
You want to try and provoke them into not using heroes, Thunderchild?
No, I'm just putting the position on the table.
It's like if only you knew mercenaries and had money to pay them.
Oh wait. 1,000 yards stare into the distance. TC, we could always see if the Dead End Queen can help us out here.
Dude, you just spent all our money on Chinese beef. How are we going to afford those?
I don't know. I'll put myself in debt to the Dead End Queen. The lesser evil. Lesser evil.
Cool. Let's pawn Cody.
Sure. Not the first time I've been pawned off by people I care about.
Just kidding, buddy. We'll owe him a favor.
He's gonna bump the top of from the child's like shoulder, like, I know, man. I'm pulling your wires, rather.
Was that sharing a moment of weakness or vulnerability with it's not the first time I've been pawned off by people that care about me?
I'd say so to the whole table, Whisper included too.
I would say choose someone. I think that with Thunderchild, that's who you're directing it at.
Yeah. So Thunderchild, do you see me as? Let me see if I got this right, because I might be confusing it with the celebration.
Yeah, tell them a secret about who you really are, which I think you did in a way that, you have been grievously mistreated by people you trusted and loved.
Yup.
Oh dear, and you're going to mark a condition.
Yep. My shift your mundane up in your. Oh, is that why I'm marking?
Because you
condition?
can't shift it any higher than 3 or lower than 2, and you would have to do that with both.
Oh, let's see. Sharing that, we'll go with insecure. Like,
But
is this all I'm good for? To be sold off for everyone else's benefits? Okay, I guess that's fair.
But
Hey,
you do get influence over Thunderchild, which I think
I
means
already
you
had it.
shift his labels.
To be fair, Cody, you're the one who offered up the option.
It's very true. I'm still very insecure about it, but it's very true.
yeah, okay.
Um,
Hey,
but
if they were to hold you in hock, we'd get you out just like any other bank job.
I'm gonna shift your freak down and I'll put your superior up because you did try to recover it. And as Ramada says, I did sign myself up for it. I set myself up to fail. But thank you. I know you guys will.
We won't let
My
anything happen
freak
to
from
you.
3 to 1 then. Sorry, it was my freak already.
Your freak was a 3. Oh shit, no.
Just moved to 1. That's why we're like, hold on. I thought I was at 3.
My bad.
Yeah, I thought
There
you
you go.
moved Freak down and
Yeah, but he moved
Superior.
it from 3 to 1. So
Oh, okay,
you
sorry.
moved it
That was my
too many.
mistake.
So it just got just put too many freaks down.
All the freaks know. But yes.
Yes, I think we can. Who would be going to help pawn Cody off to the Dead End Queens?
Yeah, I'll go along.
And I imagine like we turn the page. It's Cryptid and Venus Flytrap. Venus Flytrap. This really like sort of. She's small for a person. She's exceedingly large for a plant. It's kind of hard to tell which one they are. And as they are like eyeing Cody and just like cocking their head to the side, Cryptid's just kind of bored, and the house mother Silk is listening, is like waiting in a chair as I think you guys are coming in during Judge Judy hours.
Uh, Hello. Sorry to ruin your dinner and TV show. Um, I wanted to call in a favor. We're finally making a move.
You want to call in a favor? Wouldn't that mean that we would have to owe you? It seems that what we've done mostly is keep you from burning in fires that you all set.
You gave it to us in the future. We've traveled back in time to secure it.
You see, I like him. He's clever. He, I could do with a shade throwing robot in my house. That would be the talk of the town, but as you are an individual, I don't want to just treat you as a shade throwing robot.
I also make smoothies.
We'd need a blender for that.
You can do that?
We need someone to help cause a distraction. This it's not for us. There are a lot of kids in trouble. We'll I ain't got much right now, but we'll owe you, and we'll pay. We're good for it.
And I think she claps her hands, and that's when uh, Junji slash Susano and the very fit woman that you saw, training Elliot how to box before, is coming out, and they are looking at you all like, we're not at full strength. We've lost a member to circumstance, but we can aid you. If anything goes bad, you make sure we get out. We'll make sure the kids you want to save get out. You deal with your dangers alone. We will support you. We will not fight your battles.
Yeah,
That
that's
sounds fair.
And then, and I think Crypt is the one like looking at Cody, and that white boy cleans our house in a maid's uniform.
The reaction is exactly brow raise. Sure.
Nope, nope. It takes all the fun out of it if you're into it. No, I changed my mind.
Purdy internally, like, yes, and then phobia. I told you that would work.
All the bluff.
Yup. Power move. Uh,
I think that's when Cryptid looks over at Thunderchild. Where's your bay? What happened to the others you were hanging out with?
They're well, actually, because it's been a week or so. Where are they? I can't remember where we left them.
You left them with the dead end queens.
mm-hmm.
But wait, hold on. Thunderchild sort of clicks some words and says, "We left them with you."
And I think she'll look like and just like, yeah, we thought you were keeping up with them. They said they had found a place of their own. Haven't they been in contact?
It's been a busy day or two.
Well, they might be able to help.
Thunderchild leaves, doesn't open the door, runs straight through it, and is trying to track them down. She's like out the door and turns into a big rig and is driving up the road.
Yeah, she's a big rig Optimus Prime rolling out. Yeah, so unleash your powers to try and GPS locate like local, like recent sales and all that stuff.
As he goes through the door, I'm just gonna start texting host like, yo, where you at?
Oh no, Dave looks frozen.
Am I still?
No, David's fine. Dave looks frozen.
Oh right, yeah.
An adorable freeze frame.
Yeah, it's perfect Thunderchild, like epitomized. Here we go.
Hey, you're back.
I'm back. The dice turn a perpetual spin. Let me try again.
Oh no.
That's 5, 6, 7. So just about.
Yeah, is this unstable or?
No, I think I'll mark a condition. I think I'm afraid that we've been so caught up in our own crap that Dominant Carnifex has got to them.
Oh, I think you're going to. I think you will find like several places that have been sort of like sold, but you will. I think you end up at this like a repurposed warehouse that it looks like several like these would be the Morlocks if the Morlocks were all victims of Optimax. Like this is a commune of people who have been brutalized by Optimax and had their lives upended. I think the truck comes in like you see who will you see outside of all these people? It's got to be might as well have it be Apollo. I mean, I think he's like flying around like helping fix the roof of the warehouse, and host will respond back to Cody with like we're safe at home.
Text back, where is home?
Ooh, do you have influence over host?
That's actually a great question. Yes, I do.
Yeah, then she will take. I think you will get the same instructions, but you will have to get there not on a truck.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll just let Fermata and Danny know. Got an address within the phone. I think TC beat us to it though.
Oh, no worries. It might
I'm
be
very
worth
happy
check.
that Thunderchild spent like going to about 5 or 6 different addresses. He wasn't necessarily in thinking mode while he was doing
True,
this.
that could work.
Yeah. Um, I, I, I'm not sure. I'm not sure it's a good idea to bring them in on this. If Domina's been messing about with this uh, serum that they've all had used on them, I don't know what it'll do to them.
She could have a concoction that could cancel out what they can do. She could have created something that could take control of them. I would not be against if they want to, but that's up to them.
I agree. I mean, I'm not on the boat to put them in harm's way when we worked kind of hard to make sure they don't get caught up in stuff. But at the same time, they're their own people. We should let them make their own decisions. But at the very least, they deserve to know what we plan to do, if only for the blanket of security, if you will. You know, get them ready for what might happen after.
Fair enough.
And if we want
Uh,
to have it where you all arrive at the same time with Thunderchild going to different locations as a sweet truck.
yeah, I think if we're all getting on like the bus or a taxi or whatever, Cody would text TC like, "Hey, this way, by the way, meet us there." Unless you're already there, and then just sending like a confused GIF.
Thunderchild sends you a Waze direction. Thunderchild is 20 minutes away.
Yeah, so we will arrive at this warehouse. I think there are several people who are like. This is a bit of Genosha Island in like urban sprawl, I guess. Like it is more a community than a warehouse. It used to be a warehouse of some kind of like I think this was like a Mr. Hearst level warehouse. You know, occult artifacts and money laundering bullshit. And well, like there's like communal gardens. There are many cots inside, just places for people to live and not be harassed. I think you know you see people like you realize how lucky your crew got it when you see like this person who has like gills and has to have like constant bottles of water just to go over their neck. You see this woman who has to have like these sensory deprivating goggles on, or else you feel like you see that maybe her eyes be too sensitive to sunlight, and this person who's climbing the walls, but like as Thunderchild may be a robot, this person just the humanoid shape is like an afterthought to what this person looks like. It's just like Optimax has been doing some crap. I think Apollo will land from the roof and I, give a wave with the sorry text from host. She will be walking outside. I think with the symbiote extended from her head and looking around, like waving around like hair at the moment.
Nice place you guys got here. Cool setup.
Apollo will not like it's better than a lot of places.
Wanted to give you some advance warning. The four of us are to conduct a strike against Dominic Carnifex in the near future.
By yourselves.
No, we have help.
Oh, yeah, I think. host kind of gives grins like, "Are you going to make sure that she's taken out, that she's not going to be hurting anyone else?"
For the moment, our focus is on getting out the other kids that are still there. She's been messing with them. The same sort of stuff Optimax. Well, specifically the same sort of stuff that Optimax did to you using that serum. So we want to get them out first. We're not going to let her get away with it, though.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
I was thinking of throwing out like having Kasumi walk out at this moment as you guys are talking about, like, to overhear this talk about it, rescuing the other kids. By the way, I was just scene setting up. I wasn't going to say anything verbal. Yeah.
That's okay, right.
But the end game is to ensure that Domina Carnifex cannot do as she does.
Once we know that the kids are nice and safe, the walls of those schools will be coming down one way or another.
You're muted, Dave.
Said yes. One way or another, I intend to write a stern letter to the Education Authority.
Sumi actually chuckles at that. And, well, I mean, you saved us. You can probably save them, but we don't know the place like you. Do you need our help? And does anyone want to pierce any of these people's masks?
Crap.
Yes.
I don't care, but other people do.
Yeah, I don't. God.
I will.
Let's let a Thunderchild go first. So.
Pierce mask is with
Mundane.
No, I see nothing. But I do tap out my track, so I will unlock my moment of truth.
Ooh.
Okay, and who were you attempting to pierce the mask of?
Who's speaking to us just then? Sorry.
It was Kasumi, your girlfriend.
Oh no, yeah, that was her then. But
yeah, so I think I'm going to ask you a question that Kasumi has been wondering for a while.
Yep.
Do you still love her, even if you know you're a machine? Have your feelings changed?
I don't think he particularly loved her in the first instance.
Do you still care for her, I guess?
Care for her? Yeah, that's why I came rushing over here. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I don't want her in trouble. She was nice to me, and she's cute, and she's probably strong enough to hold my hand, and all sorts of things like that. I'm an 18 or 96-day-old AI. I don't know how this works. Stop putting labels on it. Ah!
And I think Kasumi holds out like her baseball bat and points it at Thunderchild. It's like, I'll help under one condition. You take me to the coolest frozen yogurt place in town, and you find me a jacket as sweet as yours.
Said, if you'd asked me for help, the answer would have been yes. No strings. No deal, lady.
Oh dear.
Rope was cold.
Yeah, shut her down. Yeah,
it's just like, no, she's trying to put, yeah. Thunderchild would have just helped. So Thunderchild is quite upset by that. So I think he's probably I don't think I have got influence on it, have I? No, I haven't. So no, I'm going to provoke her after that, because it's like, no, that's not cool. Don't blackmail me into doing things. Help me because you care for me or not. So Uh, yeah, that's a 9, and provoke is superior, isn't it? 9, 10. So I was just thinking, Thunder Child will put his hands on his hips and look at her and said, said, if this is going to work, you want to hang out with me and you help me if you want to because you want to. No ties, no deals, no blackmailing into each other. If you like me like I like you, you'll be straight with me, or this is Dunsville.
I was that was straight. I want to spend time with you. I was just giving options. You can change them if you'd like.
I'm not very good at this.
It's okay. We can. How about we just like go to a park and talk afterwards? Nothing committal.
Oh, okay. That would be really nice. I'll buy you an ice cream.
I think Lena's just cackling. This is so fucking awkward.
Yeah, look, we wanted to make sure you're safe. I don't. Do we want to get these folks involved?
Me, not particularly. But if they were to help, then it would be to ensure that the kids do make it out okay. Not that I don't trust the Dead End Queens, people, but it's also good to have, people that we know and trust on the front lines to do what would be the right thing for us, at least, which would be to get them out.
I think Apollo is like, most of these people aren't warriors. We can help you. They can't.
I was going to ask. It seems as if you and your people here do need some help. I have people working for me, and I can ensure that they be kept safe while you'd offer us aid. I mean, people need some help, and Fermata's got lackeys to spare. If they join up, that's
Love this.
not on her.
Have you heard of the Twilight Orchestra? Do you like band practice? Do you like living? Do you like dental plans? Sign up. Yeah. So yeah, I think they will accept your reading material at the very least, and they will. I mean, they may if you're offering free help, they will allow the Twilight Orchestra into their environment.
At some point, the other folks are gonna have to like, Fermata, what the hell are you doing? Probably not in front of these other people.
I'm close now, but not quite there. I'm very close.
Ooh, I might know I might know what could set that off, but that'll be another scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you find out like everyone's fine. I think of the people who would join, like of the ones you rescued, Mothman is the only one who would not want to go on this Avenger. He can fly. You are going into an underground school. He is not very useful.
Yeah, that's fair.
He doesn't even have like the strength and body equivalency of a moth. He just flies.
Yeah, no. He can probably stay behind or at least stay in the perimeter or something. Um, is host gonna come along?
Oh hell yeah!
I figured.
So that's host Apollo and like Kasumi.
Yep. You have the ogre hag, Apollo, and host.
Oh yeah.
All right. Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah, I think we have time for a few final scenes. We're definitely not going to get to the Vanguard plunge yet, but do we want to do we want to start planning on how we're going to break in, or send our troops in, or just even have just a decompression scene with the team?
The suit up scene. Yeah.
Yeah, few final scenes. I,
Well, I mean, it
I,
did seem. Oh, go ahead.
yeah. Oh, what were you gonna say?
It did seem like after you guys got away from this event that Cody would have words with Fermata.
Yep.
Yeah, this could be like back at like the hideout or as we're like preparing. Um, I think Vermont is actually the one who's gonna like strike up a conversation with Cody.
Okay.
Um, I think she just kind of like she doesn't sidle up. She just speaks and she's there. Um, and she just says like, "May I ask who Donovan is?"
Donovan is my best friend. Has been ever since I could remember. And he's probably the only person that has willingly put up with my shit. And rather than leave me behind, he brought me with him to be the person I kind of am today. He always never was dishonest with me. At least I don't think so. Um, and yeah, him, like my brother, I'd kill for.
Sounds like a good one.
Sorely needed.
He'd do well in the orchestra if he's as you say he is.
What exactly would he do in the orchestra?
Well, um, it wouldn't be what I'm doing. Don't worry about it. There's a difference between those who grew up within and those who are recruited into.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I assume that with the orchestra, there is a hierarchy, but there aren't generic kind of works. It's more like when you're recruited, you're given tasks that you're suited to. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure Sforzando or anyone saw something in Donovan. Um,
Yeah, dude's a genius. So.
I just wanted to say that you may have concerns. I just want to alleviate those. I'm sure he'll he'll be safe within the orchestra. We are not like we are nothing like Dominic Carnifex, I assure you.
Yeah, I don't think you guys would have worked alongside Domino in the first place if you were two alike. That said, I think you just answered your own question from me earlier. You wanted to know what I saw in you? Well, as I repeated this to my brother earlier, we are all the lesser sum of our parts. And look at you, barely smiling, always straight and narrow to the point, fixated on your goal, driven, and you still come out of the way to alleviate somebody who's been giving you the side eye a lot of the time and distrusted your entire goal. You're a lot more human than you think, even if you don't see yourself as anything more than just a piece in the machine or a string on the guitar. You're cool.
Is another comfort or support?
It sounds like it, yeah. Like,
Yeah, yeah. I didn't expect that to happen, but okay.
and yes, I've been thinking of how to say this all day.
Okay. Wow.
Oh goodness, that's 12.
Oh Jesus. Yeah, because I had an idea what I would say if it went the other way, but I forgot you're mundane as hell. Good.
Let's see. You can add a team pool to the condition, team to the pool, or clear condition yourself. Um,
Yeah, I think um I'm gonna clear a condition. I'll clear that last condition, so thankfully. And I think like Ramada's like struck by what you're saying, and she kind of like looks down at her feet, at her feet, She's blushing a bit, and she's like, well, I didn't think. I thought myself as just a cog in the machine, but I guess no one else has told me that. Uh, I was wondering if there was ever going to be a point where our goals would be misaligned, yours and mine.
What is your goal?
My goal is to find peace, I suppose.
Pretty admirable. Mine is just to survive. Me and my kin. Blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb, so that extends not just to my brother, but to the firebrands and co. So I got your back, so long as you have mine.
Sounds like y'all might be sharing a celebration as well, or a triumph.
Yeah.
Booyah.
Let's see. Who's doing the?
Yeah,
who's
so
saying-
let's go with Fermata first. Do you see Arachnophobe as an equal or an inferior? I believe it is.
Um, uh, Arachnophobe and Cody has made a lot of effort to reach out to Fermata throughout this session, and even like the previous session, taking off his mask, and kind of like being on board with her saying, "Yeah, no, Donovan's gonna be fine. It's a cult. It's good." Uh, so I think I'm seeing the person underneath.
All right.
Oh no, I was asking about your
Oh, sorry.
yeah.
As an equal, yes, yeah, I think I see this as
Okay, so
an
you
equal.
mark influence and you give them influence and mark potential. And you already had influence on Fermata?
Yeah.
The lone person who still has influence.
Yeah,
Uh,
shift her labels.
I'm gonna shift. This might be a stretch, so tell me if it's wrong. I'm gonna shift your saver down 1, and then your freak to 2, because I still want to see you play some kick-ass music, and I know that your music is more than what it seems. So, I believe.
Yeah, maybe if I
Yeah.
stop fading rules.
Yeah, and then you see them as the person underneath, you said?
Yes.
So take influence. I think you know Cody, so yeah, you can take influence over Cody if you'd like.
Yeah. Which I didn't have because I have fuck all influence over anyone.
I
Sweet.
get to mark potential and clear condition. Woo! I am no longer feeling insecure.
And that's so sweet. Do you guys want anything more out of this scene, or?
Yeah, I think we covered it.
Yeah, no, I think we're fair.
All right.
No.
Sorry.
Sorry, Ferret. I know who Fermata wants to kiss, and it's not Cody.
Yeah, and
No, Cody might know her, actually. So
does Danny or Thunderchild want to set a scene?
Yeah, I might have a quick scene with Apollo actually, if that's okay.
That is fine. And do you want me to set up where you're talking, or are you still like, did you guys stay behind as the others like sort of split off?
Yeah, no, if you want to set a scene, that's cool.
I think he will take you to his slot in the communal garden, and he will. He only has like these small seedlings that he planted 2 days ago, but they're already sprouting, and he seems like really proud of it.
I'm glad you could find somewhere better.
You act like that was really hard to do.
I mean,
Are
Yeah.
you Danny? how was your life?
Complicated.
But you seem well. I mean, I know it's probably hard to keep you down for long, but
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not found anything yet that can do it. I don't know. I still don't know what I want out of all of this, if truth be told.
I can't tell you what you want out of it, I guess. I mean,
I don't expect you to. I mean, just knowing that you're in a better place is good. I've it's not a day's gone past, since it all happened that I've not felt bad about how it went.
you, Danny, you shouldn't feel bad. You were able to escape. I was not. The fact that you were out there is what gave me the strength to go on.
Well, good. I'm glad I could do that for you at least. But well, we're both out now, and I'm not going to let either of us end up back there or anywhere like it again. If ever you get into trouble or anything, just let me know, and I'll be there.
You need to know something else. If you ever get into trouble, you can call me.
Sure.
And I think that there's this, like, if I can frame, I think that there's a scene like where Danny's about to like walk away or something like that, and
Yeah.
then like there's like this square panel where we see Apollo's hand reach out and grip Danny's. Just, do you want to see the flowers?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I don't think he lets go of your hand, but like the last panel will just be you two walking hand in hand to the
Yeah.
other part of the garden.
Cool.
And that could, I think, like if we want to say like that's like the final scene of the players for today. If we want to move on to like session end stuff, I can see like a stinger being Domina Carnifex, oh, like the that that ampule stuff, like all the different colors from before, that rainbow of science being gelled into one black viscous syringe. And oh, how mean. Okay, Arachnophobe, how mean do you want me to be?
All the way.
You see her inject this serum into someone, and a hand grows, a mouth grows on their hand.
Oh. Oh.
And like that, like the last thing is like that open mouth roar, and it delves into there. To be continued.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so let us start seeing how things are done. I will go in character keeper order this time because I started in reverse last time. So, Danny, how do you feel after this session?
Yeah, I think definitely grown closer to the team. I think after the last session or so, felt a bit more fraught between them, but I feel like they've come together a bit more again. I think Yeah, I think it is probably Thunderchild that I grew closest to this time. I think you already have influence. Yes, you do already have influence over me. So if you'd like to shift my labels.
Just let us know what you pick when you do.
I'm gonna put your savior up. I'm gonna put your mundane down because Danny's one of the good guys, sort of, but he ain't one of those norms. So
Okay, arachnophobe. How do you feel?
I feel like a well and truly closest to the group. We all came together, decided what the plan and motions were going to be together, and didn't argue about it, and even got food along the way. So yeah, definitely together.
You ate 10 bowls of cow.
Yeah, great food. Your Uncle Tony kills it, Danny. Um, but I will give influence to Fermata. I think this time around.
And she already had it this time, so you get to shift those labels for Mata.
Yeah. I think I will bring your. I'm gonna reverse your savior and superior. I'm gonna bring your savior up and your superior down.
All right. And
Okay,
I can
and
mark experience, right? Mark
yes, you
potential.
can.
Oh yeah.
And for Mata, your feelings.
Yeah, it's kind of almost exactly like what the reverse of what just Arachno did. Yeah, I think she grew Ghoster to the team, which I will say right now I do not expect to happen. To the point where I had a doomsday scenario plan where I might have to prep another character, but that
Oh
didn't
no.
happen. Yeah.
I was going to drag this cult into this side of the conflict, kicking and screaming.
God. Oh gosh. Well, yeah, but I'm glad that like she definitely grew closer to the team, and of course it has to be with Cody Arachnophobe. Like Thunderchild was also there, to like be less mean, but I think that talk at the end surprised her and me, for sure. How heartfelt it
Yeah,
was.
so
So
you had influence over Fermata Arachnophobe.
Yes.
So
And I think because Fermata assured Cody of things, I'm gonna put your danger down and your savior up.
expecting that,
no.
I'm expecting that to blow up in my face.
And Thunderchild, how do you feel?
I think Thunderchild is coming to terms with themselves, or growing into their own image.
Okay, let us shift your own labels, and I will stop the recording. Thanks
I'll put
everyone who
my
has joined us.
freak
We
up
will
and mundane down.
we will debrief afterwards.